Fluorescent hum over aisles of quiet colors and cartons. Basket swinging low, hand trailing past careless cardboard faces. I skim the rows like I once skimmed your sentences. Quick, expecting something, then nothing lands or answers. My fingers freeze on the box with our mornings. Shoulders tight and breathing shallow. Memory almost speaking. You can stare but you do not steer. Old cereal beside something new in my basket. Every beep at the scanner, softer than yesterday's age. I let the past walk beside me, not ahead. You can stay, but you do not steer. Yogurt you love, tea you swore calmed every storm. Cheap chocolate waiting like a dare on the shelf. Each label a small ambush, printed with quiet echoes. I reach for other stories, dodging your reflected shadow. Citrus cleaner cuts through sweetness, sharp then fading. I move slower now, not hiding, just noticing. You can stay but you do not steer. Old cereal beside something new in my basket. Every beep at the scanner, softer than yesterday's age. I let the past walk beside me, not ahead. You can stay, but you do not steer. Dented measuring cup, your laughter dusted white with flour. Metal in my hand, just wait, not worship. I place it down with the others. Nothing forbidden, let in silence hold what I no longer outrun. You can stay but you do not steer. I am choosing my own breakfast, my own night. Every sound in the small room feels gentler now. You walk beside me, no longer blocking my way. You can stay, but you do not steer. Cereal on the high shelf, neither altar nor grave. I eat in the stillness, the room quietly breathing. Morning thins to silver on the crowded mountain trail. Pine needles hush beneath my careful measured steps. The sleeping camera pressing, familiar weight against my spine. Your silent name rises, then settles with a breath. I follow painted stone through the cold, bright distance. Every stranger's voice dissolves into wind and light. I let you drift, valleys open, stitched with quiet moving lines. Our unfinished plans blur into simple ink and margins. Paper hearts turn to handwriting, nothing left to hold. I let you drift. Higher air burns clean inside my open lungs. A crooked tree clings hard to crumbling cliffside stone. Our frame is bent defiance, hands unexpectedly steady. Your absence walks beside me, softer than before. Red and white marks climb, patient on the rock. Every turn reveals more sky than memory. I let you drift, valleys open, stitched with quiet moving lines. Our unfinished plans blur into simple ink and margins. Paper hearts turn to handwriting, nothing left to hold. I let you drift. Your face returns as small, unhurried motions of living. A double-knotted lace, a squint against unfiltered sun. The empty space beside me becomes simple stone, a note held long and loosened to the air. I let you drift, shadow travels slowly across the folded valley floor. I take a photograph of where you might have stood, keeping you gently, now walking where you were meant. I let you drift, pine resin lingers, sweet on my quiet hands. I walk my pace, and you fade in the landscape. Still remember, but no longer leading my feet. I let you drift. Empty gym, humming under tide, fluorescent ceiling light, polished floor stretching, holding streaks of borrowed brightness. Banners sagging, shadows, colors sleeping above me, ball in my hands. One bounce asks the question. Every echo folds around the things we left unfinished. Dust and breath and memory pulling my silence. You can stay in my story. Your laugh still lives in the rafters, quiet and distant. I shoot through the ache where your shoulder used to rest. Let the net take carry. You can stay in my story. Slow rhythm bells lift and relieve, soft cotton swish, her plans still whisper along the rusted metal bleachers. For years I feared this room would drag me backward. Now I count my breathing sneakers, rim and nothing breaks. I miss you less like fire, more like weather. Something passing through, then leaving me standing. You can stay in my story. Your laugh still lives in the rafters, quiet and distant. I shoot through the ache where your shoulder used to rest. Let the net take what I could never carry. You can stay in my story. On the far sideline, I sit where we once ended. Let the weight of you arrive and soften and fade. This scar is mine now, not a wound I keep hiding. You can stay in my story. Rolling seams beneath my thumb, I finally remember. Grief like a healed line, not something pulling open. I see you under some kind of unfamiliar light. You could stay in my story. Lights click off, the room folds gently in the darkness. Outside cool air lifts my shoulders toward the parking lot. Your echo thins to a shadow, walking behind me. You can stay in my story. Late light leaks through glass, strapping my resting hands. Headphones on, no sound, just engine and breath. City drifts by in slow frames, closing gates, fading signs. Chest tight, every quiet motion taxing the air. I ride this line to where I never dared return. Let the old street rise, see what still remains. You do not walk in front anymore, bus door side open, beside your empty balcony shadow. Radio love songs murmur, my reflection hardens then softens. Nothing here is waiting but the memory stays. You do not walk in front anymore. Familiar corner turns thin, fingers curl and loosen. Chip game bicycle where we linger. I stare straight through the glass, refuse to disappear inside, realizing quietly I didn't ever change the way you follow. As we pull away, sky turns a pale, forgiving blue. I let the phone go dark against my palm. You do not walk in front anymore. Empty spaces where your photos live stay unfilled, unnamed. Your face returns only in thought. Edges round and distant, more like a finished chapter than an open wound. You do not walk in front anymore. You do not walk in front anymore. Streetlights bloom, catching couples, arguments, someone laughing alone. The world moves indifferent and alive around my head. It settles in my pocket like a small familiar stone. I walk beside it now, not behind you. You do not walk in front anymore. I feel the ache still there, but quieter now. Every step from the bus stop sounds almost like mercy. I let the past stay, no longer steering my days. You do not walk in front anymore. You do not walk in front anymore. At my door I pause, breathing in the cooling street. Sky fading blue, I turn the key, almost smiling. Somewhere behind me, the bus hum softens into night. Projector hums above, dust and metal breathing slow. Children's whispers climb the dome, soft against the dark. Old seats cradle me, hands folding them, restless palms, reaching for a vanished number, habit without home. First faint stars bloom, brushing shadows from my chest. Her balcony sky returns, threaded through this hush. You can stay, but you do not lead. Constellations roll where her fingers used to wander. Light arrives late, still beautiful, never needing hands. I watch the egg like weather behind glass. You can stay, but you do not leave. Galaxy frozen overhead, bright core, distant arms turning. Voice explains ancient light finally falling on our faces. The trace and touch flickers back along my forearm. Tiredness rises, but I stand outside it watching. Memories drift past, no edits, no defense. Letting them move like planets keeping distance. You can stay, but you do not leave. Blanket stairwell fights, headphones on tired mornings. Every fragment settles, not demanding any verdict. In my open palm, my place once smooth was. You can stay, but you do not leave. Outside the sky bruises soft above parked cars. I walk slower, no need to outrun echoes. The ache follows quieter, shaped like a shadow. First start fading, I breathe and do not chase. You can stay, but you do not leave. Late light finds me not asking to be healed. What if fall back? Stone sinking into dark water. Or was remain small and steady in my hand. You can stay, but you do not leave. One more breath under thinning stars, then I'll go. Lady leaning hard against the sweating greenhouse glass. Soul breathes upwards, damp and patient beneath my hands. Dusty tags lean her soft hand, riding curling through dirt. Tomato leaves whisper sweetness, clinging warm to my shirt. Every step I take disturbs the settled dust. Every breath I take tastes like something unfinished. I can miss you and still stay in this small lead where your shadows linger gently. Let the leaves remember what my hands forget to hold. I can miss you and still stay. The key once rusted, now turning like it never paused. Her old straw hat waits, brim warped by a quiet season. I water rose slowly, watching darkness spread through soil. Glancing at that nail, expecting movement, finding stillness. Scent of basil breaks the room wide open. Memory stands beside me, no longer pulling me under. I can miss you and still stay, with bare feet echoing on some remembered kitchen tile. Green on your fingers, humming, bending every wrong note right. Let the leaves remember what my hands forget to hold. I can miss you and still stay. I press your name back into earth, not hiding anymore. Let a small green rise carry in what I cannot say. Your absence softens here like dust. and still stay. Head on the bench, not altar, just belonging. Door open wide, thick air spilling into ordinary daylight. I can miss you and still stay. Quietly breathing, I can miss you and still stay. Be against warm glass, a low drifting tremor. Shadows flatten and you fade into workable light. I walk down the hill, leaving the door open. Metal door rattles, thin light cutting through dusted air. Boxes lean like tired shoulders, ink washed into gray. My hands find the life I tried to misplace. Breath hangs quiet, echoing inside this narrow room. Every tape dish trembles under unfamiliar steady hands. I came to erase, but I only rearrange. You can come along, Polaroids, paper ghosts, a perfume rising, almost gone. I do not burn, I do not bow tonight. Chapters rest, not ruling what I become. A blurred light falls face down on the cold concrete. Turn it over and it feels like someone else's evening. No hit to the just distance, thin and kind. I place it on top, something loosening without sound. I keep what stays gentle in my hands. The rest turns simple, labeled in plain words. Not ruling what I become. Rolling metal look, I walk into late morning brightness. Ordinary traffic stitches, a day that barely aches. In the car, your edges flutter in the vent's breath. You can come along now. I face the road, music low, future taking shape. I will not burn, I will not bow tonight. You ride beside me, no longer steering anything. Finished chapters rest, not ruling what I become.
At the red light, I nod to
Wheels whisper circles under the humming overpass light. I balance on concrete, sneakers over painted ghosts. Sun cuts the ramps into crooked rivers of white. A kid keeps falling, my chest falls with him. Every clack on coping shakes, loose another picture. Every breath tastes like dust, memory waiting. I remember and still move. Two shadows stretching over chipped gray curves. Your stance flickers through mine and loosens and fades. I carry your echo, but it does not steer. I remember and still move. Your old board leans, grip tape peeling like tired skin. My thumb follows scars in the wood, tracing you. Wind drops your deck flat, hollow sound in the noise. I place it beside mine, edges almost touching. I step on without flinch, let you go, stand quietly. Not in front of me anymore, just near. I remember and still move. Two shadows stretching over chipped gray curves. Each clumsy turn is mine, not borrowed form. I carry your echo, but it does not steer. I remember and still move. Both boards wait in one bright rectangle of sun. Separate shapes, breathing in the same thin line. I sit between them, feeling the bruise turn softer. I remember and still move. You can stay but not choose my road. Your sticker scars and dust framed above my door. I walk beneath that weight and do not bend. I remember and still move. I remember and still move. Wheels hum low, then quiet under an open sky. Board on my wall, just another finished picture. Bowling lights on, holding back the harsh afternoon glare. Shoes tied too tight, fingers resting on cracked plastic keys. Pins collapse, hollow thunder rattling somewhere beneath my ribs. Your old green name blinks beside mine, stubborn and bright. One letter erased, then another, curse to swallow when you slowly. I watch the space widen, feel the lane grow longer. I remember and let you fade, electric blue on oil, a river we never finished crossing. You left a missing where my crooked aim should land. Every strike, every gutter still carries how you stood. I remember and let fade. Ball rolls alone now, vibrations climbing steady through my wrists. Families crowd the counter, fire smoke staining the air. I see you in the way you once lined your shot, not a wound to mend, just a passing printed shape. I set the ball down, do not check the numbers, silence settles softer than any final score. I remember and let you fade, return the shoes, laces tuck, a small quiet odor, sunburned asphalt shimmers, my shadow stretching thin ahead. Keychain light without your face, swinging against my leg. I remember and let you fade. Hands loose on the wheel, radio choosing for me tonight. Songs that used to cut now move through like weather. You can stay with me, never have to leave. I remember and let you fade, muffled music leaking through walls I no longer lean on. Review holds only sky wires, receding neon script. You are not undone, just finished tracing through my day. I remember and let you fade. Streetlights blink awake as I follow the empty lane. Your shape drifts backward, quiet into the glowing dust. Warm air from the tunnel breeze against my face, backpack by my feet, tiled column holding my shadow, old transit card bending, her marker star still fading. I roll my shoulders once, loosening the invisible weight. Every passing window feels like a life half remembered. I stand between what left and what keeps moving. You can stay, but not let your name in the plastic pressed against my breathing. Old tracks hum softly under everything I remember. I miss you gently without falling through. You can stay, but not late. Metal door course I opened, carriage full of glowing faces, poster over the doorway, a canceled night still watching, a laughing girl in that band's warm oversized hoodie, citrus on her sleeve, and my chest does not collapse. I feel a pull to rewrite every quiet ending. Instead I let the moment pass, uncorrected whole. You can stay, but not late. Your name in the plastic, pressed against my breathing. Old tracks hum softly under everything I remember. I miss you gently, without falling through. You can stay, but not late. Your face returns as morning, not the final door. An echo in another room, no longer commanding. I keep the card near my heart, not as a wound, just a soft, worn proof that I once believed. You can stay, but not leave. I walk these platforms at my own slow pace. The ache is smaller, like distant music under traffic. I miss you gently and still keep moving. You can stay, but not live. Late light on concrete, sky a pale open gray. Footsteps up the stairs, your memory walking beside. Quiet pressure on my chest, and both of us continue. Thursday light clung to the high, breathing windows above. I sat between history and travel, under a patient lamp. Your faded handwriting waiting inside an old tired paperback. My thumb followed one letter, ache worn smooth with time. Silence moved like waves between the turning pages. I learned to sit inside absence without drown. I can walk with a ghost, your name in the cover, soft as evening dust. A ticket between us, no longer a burning wound. I set it down and my hands do not tremble. I can walk with a ghost. I come here, giving the night a shape. The ceiling arches outlast every whispered promise, every ending. Tonight's date echoes the day you chose to leave. Still my breath stays steady in this small circle of light. The clock clicks overhead, gentle, never choosing sides. I feel the pull of memory and stay seated. I can walk walk with a ghost. Your name in the cover, soft as evening dust. The ticket between us, no longer a burning wound. I set it down and my hands do not tremble. I can walk with a ghost. I open the spine, let the old cracks surrender. I do not tear, I do not throw you away. Plans built like ink, simple, ordinary, quietly alive. I can walk with a ghost. Faded paper beside my pen, not my compass. I write small futures where your shadow does not lead. Streetlights wait outside, threading silver through the dark. I can walk with a ghost. Oh, I slip you into my notebook, not hidden, just kept. Night air holds me as I move toward living. Night leans heavy over the slow dark river line. Cold bench humming with traffic, distant low. Your scarf cord beside me, catching a thin breeze. City lights break the water, never quite holding. I sit where we once walked, tracing old silence. Let the hum of the bridge blur our seasons. I can miss you and still move. Lights drift over water like names I stopped hiding. Your echo in my chest no longer cuts open. I breathe with the river, not against its pull. I can miss you and still move. Years spent turning corners, never facing this shore. Stones click beneath my shoes, counting quiet returns. Teenage laughter on the boardwalk, right against the cold. The ache beside me settles, more companion than wounds. Your voice comes back soft, misnaming this river. For once I do not rush to forget. I can miss you and still move. Bold lights slide across my face and vanish. Memory sits down, watching water without demand. We're what we were like, a photograph kept. I can miss you and still move. The scarf finds my neck, edges once and faded. You are not leaving, you are finally staying still. Wake lines fold back into current without a trace. I can miss you and still move. Breath leaves my body like a knot untying slowly. streets lose their ghosts, become simple roads again. We walk together now, not ahead, not behind. I can miss you and still move. City scattered in lights along the patient water. Steps unhurried, I share the night with your shadow.
Morning light burns the lines to almost white silence. Cheap rubber whispers, time beneath my feet. Empty bleachers cast their thin and reaching shadow. Your old hoodie clings, sweating ghosts against my skin. I count my breathing, try to hold the present, but edges of you slip in with every inhale. You can stay, but not live. Your laughter runs the curve inside my chest. I touch the faded crest instead of the wound. I am not chasing, I am not running. You can stay, but not live. Years I circled wider streets to miss this oval. Now strangers whistle, drills across the grass. Your promise flickers, ponytail and tangled fingers, standing beside me, breathing the same cool air. My throat tightens, yet nothing breaks or spills. I let you stand there, unhidden, unfeared. You can stay, but not live. Your laughter runs the curve inside my chest. I touch the faded crest instead of the wound. I am not chasing, I am not running. You can stay, but not live. I walk the curve, each step suddenly lighter. New voices overlay the real we left unfinished. The hoodie lifts, I press it down gently, not holding you back, just knowing you remain. You can stay, but not live. The track unfolds, no longer a closed orbit. Old film and new light share the same frame. I walk beside the memory, not behind it. You can stay, but not live. I live in the brighter slice of morning, shoulders loose, breath soft against the open air. Your shadow pacing quietly, no longer in front.
Lit fans tick above, humming rows of spinning glass. Plastic chairs lying like pauses nobody bothers to fill. Dryer doors glow, shirts and sheets blur, small planets turning. My reflection in the metal edge looks slightly out of time. Warm air breathes around me, carrying ghosts of detergent. Every circle of water feels closer to ending. I can hold and still let go. Your old song moves faintly through fluorescent light, a softer ache like bruises that forgot their color. I smooth the wrinkles, not hiding, not displaying you. I can hold and still let go. Your faded logo surfaces, almost gone beneath my fingers. TV murmurs, distant plays, a game no one is watching. Crowd heat returns, your off-key whisper against my ear. I fold you gently now, not a shield, not a shrine. Machines exhale their hollow sighs into the quiet. Something loosens in my chest without breaking. I can hold and still let go. Your old song moves faintly through fluorescent light, a softer ache like bruises that forgot their color. I stack you with my life, not above or below. I can hold and still let go. Street lights bloom outside, ordinary blue becoming night. The bag at my side hangs even, finally mine. I can hold and still let go. I walk past rows of drums without turning back. Balance weight, neither heavy nor forgiven light. Breath moves through the space where your absence used to stay. I can hold and still let go. Deep evening gathers on the glass behind me. My hands hang empty and somehow still remember. I can hold and still let go. I can hold and still let go. Amber neon hums above this padded throne tonight. Strangers drift through glass, blurred faces in slow procession. Ghosts watch from walls, wings and dates not mine. My bare forearm waits where her crooked memory lingers. Cold light finds the line where her name once rested. I
Breathe in the silence, let my fingers loosen. You can stay behind me now. Black lines cross the sky like stitching distant weather. Pain opens and narrows and softens into breathing. I watch the herd arrive, then quietly leave. You can stay behind me now. Machines thin, electric, where settles deep and steady. Alcohol's sharp chill replaces her fading perfume trace. Mountain outline presses down, small and nameless mind. Ink climbs over history, turning ghosts into quiet landscape. I do not look away when the needle answers. I let every burning second find its own exit. You can stay behind me now. Black lines cross the scar like stitching distant weather. Pain opens, then narrows, then softens into breathing. I watch the herd arrive, then quietly leave. You can stay behind me now. Streetlight gold waits outside, patient on the pavement. The echo thins to warmth, no longer a command. My arm keeps time like a slower, forgiving drum. You can stay behind me now. Small dark peaks rise where letters once lived. Old ghosts fall back, walking somewhere over my shoulder. This steady ache feels almost like beginning again. You can stay behind me now. Glass door holds my shadow between warmth and open night. Fresh ink stings softly, a horizon under my sleeve.